Hands look so fat. What the hell? Alright, since posting my sound test of my modded and Pro 2, I've been getting loads of requests of a rundown for all the mods that I did. So here's that video. Before we begin, please exercise caution. I am sure by doing this, you're going to void the warranty in your keyboard, so I hold no responsibility if something bad happens to the keyboard. Just need to cover my ass, you know. So what we're going to be doing today is replacing the case with a Tofu 60 and the keycaps, lubing the stabs and the switches without desoldering, band-aid modding the stabs, tape modding the PCB, and adding case foam for sound dampening to get rid of that hollow pingy noise. So first step is to remove the keycaps so that we can remove the PCB from the case. Alright, so the keycaps are off. You can see that I haven't gone and reversed some of these mods because, I mean, I'll be honest, I was pretty lazy, so I'll just show what I can. Let me just clean all this up. Now we need to remove the plate and PCB from the case. You can see that there are these 5 screws here. 5, there we go. And when you unscrew them, the whole thing should come off. Just be careful because after you unscrew it, the battery is connected to the bottom of the PCB. So if you want to keep the battery, you might want to exercise caution. With the Tofu, you can't fit the original battery into it at all. So probably need to find an alternative. I haven't gone to find it because I didn't really care for the battery. I'm going to use it wired anyway. So, you know, it's whatever for me. What you're going to need is a T5 Torx key. But yeah, I'm just going to unscrew these now. Cool, so that's all done. Now if you just flip the case, the whole thing should just come out. It is connected here, just like that. Everything should be all intact, if you did that all correct. As you can see, there's the only 2 screws that somewhat align are these 2 here. All of these others don't align with the Pro 2's plate and PCB. You need to be really careful, especially when you're foam modding the case. When you're applying too much foam, it's going to struggle to fit the USB-C connector. You're going to screw this down heaps and the whole board is going to bow, and then this side lifts up. Just keep that one in mind. I've already pre-cut some pieces of foam. This is foam that came with the keycaps that I ordered, also off KVD fans. And this is the packing foam that comes with the keyboard. This is shocking, but it's actually like double thickness. And what I've done is I've just cut it down in half. I don't know how other people on the internet have done it so well, but I really struggled. So this is what it looks like. Put it here. Basically what I've done is I've just stuffed my fingers like this. Maybe you can see, but like that. The next mod that we're gonna do is the Tempest tape mod. You put layers of masking tape. I'm just gonna go and start taping over the board. The tape that you use is really quite important. You wanna be using masking tape as it's not gonna leave too much sticky residue if you want to remove it. And if you use like gaffer tape or something like that, it's going to stick way too hard into the PCB and possibly ruin different parts of it. So I'm gonna cover it maybe with 4 layers of tape. I've just found that 4 layers really works. Cool. Next is going to be band-aid modding the stabs. So you can actually see there's these little clips. If it's hard to sort of show on camera, but press this back. I'm gonna just do it here. Press it back and simultaneously get your fingernail underneath the stab, and you can just pop it out. You wanna basically pop it out so that you can fit this little strip of band-aid, fabric band-aid under here, and then you wanna clip it back down. And basically what that does is it stops the stab from rattling. Please excuse my very long fingernails, I'm so sorry. You want to be really careful because you see this bar here. If that bar slips out, you're basically screwed because you can't take the switch out and then just like, you know, take all the switches out and then put the bar back in. So, I mean, that happened to me up here with the backspace, and I had to watch this tutorial and freaking bash the bar back in. And I think I bent it a little bit, so my backspace sounds like shit. So once you've finished Band-Aid modding your stabilizers, you can now place the whole thing into the new tofu case. And now we're up to what would be the super painstaking part, which is lubing the switches. I know lots of you guys were really interested in how I lube the switches because I didn't desolder the whole thing. So I'm gonna show you a pretty jank way of doing it, but you know, I think it got me like 80% of the way there. So my mate Javen actually had his own he like did his own keyboard and lubed his own switches properly. So he had all this like leftover lube that I just sort of yoinked off him. So thanks Javen for sponsoring this video, I guess. So yeah, I've just got here some Krytox 205 grade 0. And basically what you want to do is you can grab something pokey like the screwdriver or some tweezers. Tweezers work pretty well. And you want to just like poke. I'm going to use this switch for example. You want to poke it down. And you basically want to get a little bit of lube and shove it into sort of the sides of the switch. And I guess because you're not taking the whole switch apart, you can't really over lube it because you're basically relying on gravity to let the lube actually like go down into the spring and all that kind of stuff to get rid of that scratchy sound. You just sort of go through and you just lube every single switch. It's not so painstaking. I think the whole thing only took me about 20 minutes to do. So, and then for the stabs, what you want to be doing is grab a little bit of lube and you want to sort of grab these like this plus looking thing, which is what it connects to, and you can like sort of pull it up and down. And what you want to do here is pull it up and just lube this piece of metal, this bar underneath. I'm not using any technical terms here, whoops. But then you want to just sort of shove some down the sides here. And that should do the trick, and you just want to do that with all of them. All right, now we're ready to mount. Let's drop it in. Just gonna want to wriggle it around until it fits. There we go, that one went in. Cool. It's gonna bite. Yes, it did. And there we go. Gotta make sure you screw it in so that, because it's gonna be like this, you're gonna want to screw it in enough so that the USB-C connector actually is accessible. So keep screwing it. So now you can see you can actually use it. Just gonna do that with this side. I have here a generic black on white keycap set that I got off KBD Fans for, I think it was like $40 US. It's already sound pretty tasty. Something really important is the And Pro has the on-off switch, which luckily the Tofu 60 actually has a cutout for an on-off switch. And you need to know that when the Bluetooth switch is on, it won't work in wired mode. So if you plug everything in and you're freaking out because it's not working, don't stress too hard. Just make sure that the Bluetooth switch is switched to off. And then when you plug it in, it should work. If it doesn't, then you can start freaking out. Alright, I hope that video was informative. That's pretty much how I did it. Again, I am not a keyboard expert. I don't really know what I'm doing. This is my first ever DIY sort of bodge job, hacky type thing. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you guys end up modding your own And Pro too.